Hi, friends. Today I've prepared a very useful topic for you. Top 7 vitamins to strengthen your legs, prevent leg cramps in seniors. Let's go.
Imagine starting each morning with a feeling of strength, stability, and energy in your legs. No more muscle weakness, painful spasms, or worries about balance and falls. If you strive to remain active, independent, and confident in your abilities, the key lies in proper nutrition. Today we'll examine 7 of the most significant vitamins and minerals capable of keeping your legs strong and enduring. From improving muscle function to protecting bone density and optimizing circulation. These essential nutrients can dramatically change how you move and feel daily. So, if you value walks in the park, love to dance, or simply want to maintain your independence, this information is for you. Let's create a foundation for a healthier and stronger future together. First, let's discuss vitamin D. Over the years, our bodies undergo natural transformations. Muscle mass decreases, bones lose their density, and movements that once seemed elementary can become increasingly difficult. One of the most commonly overlooked causes of this decline is vitamin D deficiency. This isn't just about bone fragility. This vitamin plays a fundamental role in maintaining leg strength, balance, and functionality. Let's analyze in detail why. Vitamin D is a key element for leg strength in older adults, and how ensuring adequate levels can transform mobility and overall well-being. With age, our skin less effectively synthesizes vitamin D under sunlight exposure. The situation is worsened by the fact that many older adults spend less time outdoors due to mobility limitations, lifestyle changes, or concerns about skin damage. This leads to widespread deficiency that silently weakens muscle strength, making legs weak and unstable. In the United States, approximately 35% of the adult population suffers from vitamin D deficiency, making this problem particularly relevant. Scientific studies consistently demonstrate that low vitamin D levels directly correlate with muscle weakness and increased fall risk in older adults. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), falls are the leading cause of injury and injury-related death among older Americans, and maintaining adequate vitamin D levels is one of the key prevention factors. Research published in the prestigious Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults with sufficient vitamin D levels had stronger muscle fibers, better coordination and balance, reducing their susceptibility to injuries and fractures. In contrast, those with deficiency experienced accelerated muscle mass loss, making even simple actions like climbing stairs or standing from a chair more difficult. Vitamin D is important, not only for calcium absorption and bone health, although this is certainly critical. This powerful vitamin directly affects muscle function, stimulating protein synthesis and improving neuromuscular transmission. Think of it as an energy source for your leg muscles. Without it, they cannot function optimally. Studies have shown that vitamin D plays a key role in maintaining fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are necessary for quick reactions and maintaining balance. These fibers help prevent falls by allowing legs to react instantly when balance is lost. Without sufficient vitamin D, these muscle fibers atrophy, leading to slower reactions, weakened muscle contractions, and increased injury risk. Moreover, vitamin D has been found to reduce inflammation in muscle tissues, alleviating chronic pain and discomfort that many older adults experience in their legs. Those suffering from frequent cramps, stiffness, or unexplained leg pain may be surprised to discover that simply optimizing vitamin D levels can bring significant relief. Ignoring vitamin D deficiency not only weakens legs, but also opens the path to numerous serious health problems. The most concerning of these are osteoporosis and fractures. Without sufficient vitamin D, calcium cannot be effectively absorbed, leading to bone fragility that becomes extremely vulnerable to fractures. A minor fall can result in a serious fracture, dramatically affecting mobility and independence. Beyond bones and muscles, vitamin D deficiency is linked to increased risk of cardiovascular disease, reduced cognitive function, and weakened immune system. Older adults who neglect vitamin D intake may not only face leg weakness, but also have a higher probability of developing chronic diseases that further reduce their quality of life. What can be done? The good news is that maintaining optimal vitamin D levels is a simple task and can bring vital benefits. Here are the most effective ways to increase vitamin D levels and keep legs strong and stable. Sun exposure. Just 15 to 30 minutes under direct sunlight, preferably in morning or late evening hours, can provide natural increase. Exposure to arms and legs maximizes absorption. But remember to use sunscreen, as it can block vitamin D synthesis. Foods rich in vitamin D, while food alone may not cover daily needs, including fatty fish like Alaskan salmon, mackerel, sardines, as well as fortified dairy products. Egg yolks and mushrooms in your diet can contribute to overall intake. Supplements. For many older adults, especially those who spend limited time outdoors, vitamin D supplements are necessary. Most experts recommend 800 to 1,000 IU international units per day for optimal bone and muscle health, although people with serious deficiency may require higher doses under medical supervision. If you're unsure about your vitamin D level, a simple blood test can provide clarity. Many doctors now regularly check older patients for vitamin D deficiency, recognizing its crucial role in preventing falls and fractures. The second element is calcium. Unlike young people, whose bones are still actively remodeling, older adults face gradual bone mass loss, making them more susceptible to fractures. This is particularly dangerous for legs, hip fractures, femur fractures, and stress fractures in the lower extremities are among the most serious injuries for older adults. A minor fall that would have passed without consequences in youth can lead to months of recovery or even irreversible mobility loss if bones lack necessary calcium reserves. But calcium's role extends beyond bone strength. It's also a vital participant in muscle contraction. Every movement, from a simple step to standing from a chair, depends on complex interaction between calcium ions and muscle fibers. Calcium acts as a trigger mechanism for muscle contraction, ensuring smooth and controlled movement. Without sufficient calcium, muscles may experience cramps, feel weak, or not produce the force needed to maintain stability. This is why many people with calcium deficiencies suffer from frequent leg cramps, sluggish movements, and general reduction in muscle endurance. So how did you ensure adequate calcium intake? While dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese remain among the richest sources, they're not the only options. Leafy greens such as kale, bok choy, as well as almonds, tofu, sardines, and fortified plant milk also provide excellent calcium content. The key to success is variety. Including several calcium sources in your diet ensures stable absorption and better bone support. However, calcium from food alone may not always be sufficient, especially for people with dietary restrictions or absorption problems. Here, calcium supplements can play a valuable role, especially in combination with vitamin D, which improves its absorption in the body. But more isn't always better. While calcium is necessary, excessive intake, especially from supplements, can lead to calcium deposits in arteries, kidney stone formation, and digestive problems. Achieving the right balance is crucial. For older adults, the recommended daily intake is 1,000 to 1,100 milligrams of calcium, preferably from a combination of natural foods and, if necessary, supplements. Beyond simple consumption, another key factor in calcium effectiveness is movement. Weight-bearing exercises such as walking, strength training, and even light running stimulate bone remodeling and help direct calcium where it's needed most, into bones and muscles. Without movement, even adequate calcium intake cannot fully strengthen the skeletal system. Neglecting calcium consumption doesn't just weaken bones. It deprives people of the ability to move freely, engage in favorite activities, and maintain their independence. A life filled with mobility, stability, and confidence begins with strong bones and well-functioning muscles that depend on calcium. Third is vitamin B12. While most conversations about leg strength focus on calcium and protein, few realize that vitamin B12 plays a fundamental role in neuromuscular function. It's responsible for maintaining nerve health, ensuring that electrical impulses traveling down the spinal cord to the legs remain strong and accurate. Without it, your muscles don't receive proper signals, leading to weakness, instability, and gradual loss of movement control. It's not surprising that one of the most common symptoms of B12 deficiency is the sensation of heavy, fatigued legs, often accompanied by numbness or tingling. But here's the catch. Vitamin B12 deficiency is shockingly common among older adults in the US. Studies show that up to 15% of people over 60 experience deficiency. Unlike other vitamins that can accumulate in fat tissue or be absorbed from a wide range of foods, B12 absorption heavily depends on digestive system health. The body requires sufficient stomach acid and a special protein called intrinsic factor to extract B12 from food. With age, stomach acid production decreases, and conditions like atrophic gastritis or taking medications for acid reflux, such as proton pump inhibitors, widely used in the US, further exacerbate the problem. This affects balance, coordination, and reflexes. Many older adults suffering from frequent falls, walking difficulties, or the feeling that their legs simply don't obey are actually experiencing neurological consequences of B12 deficiency. The decline is often so gradual that it's attributed to normal aging, when in fact it's preventable. Fortunately, restoring B12 levels can have a profound impact on mobility and energy levels. Studies have shown that older adults who address deficiency experience noticeable improvements in strength, endurance, and leg function. But where does this critically important vitamin come from? Unlike many other nutrients that can be obtained from plants, vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products. The best sources include lean meat, fish, eggs, dairy products, and shellfish, especially bivalves and beef liver, which are among the richest sources. For those following plant-based diets or having absorption difficulties, B12 fortified foods, such as American breakfast cereals and plant milk, or B12 supplements become necessary. The good news is that vitamin B12 is one of the safest vitamins to take as a supplement. Since excess is excreted in urine, many older adults benefit from taking higher doses of B12 supplements or periodic injections, especially if they have difficulties absorbing it through food alone. Regular monitoring through blood tests can help ensure optimal levels and prevent the gradual decline in leg function that so often accompanies deficiency. But here's the main takeaway. Strong legs are more than just physical power. It's nervous system efficiency, reaction time, and coordination, no matter how much you exercise. If your nerves aren't working properly, your legs won't respond as they should. This is why maintaining adequate B12 levels is one of the most underrated but powerful strategies for preserving mobility and quality of life with age. Fourth is magnesium. Every time you take a step, magnesium plays a behind-the-scenes role, ensuring your muscles receive the signals needed for smooth contraction and relaxation. It acts as the main regulator of muscle function, preventing spasms, reducing fatigue, and maintaining endurance. One of the most common but least recognized symptoms of magnesium deficiency is restless leg syndrome and frequent nighttime leg cramps. Many older adults experience sudden painful muscle contractions in their legs, especially at night, disrupting sleep and making recovery from daily activities difficult. This isn't just discomfort. It's a sign that the body is struggling to regulate muscle relaxation properly. Magnesium helps calm hyperactive nerve signals and prevents unexpected muscle contractions, making it indispensable for those battling muscle tension and involuntary contractions. But magnesium's role isn't limited to muscles. It's also vital for bone density and joint health. While calcium is often the focus when it comes to bone health, it cannot effectively do its job without magnesium. This mineral helps regulate calcium transport and ensures its proper incorporation into bones, rather than deposition in soft tissues where it can contribute to stiffness and joint pain. Studies have shown that higher magnesium intake is associated with greater bone strength and reduced fracture risk in aging adults, making it an important component of overall mobility. One of the main reasons magnesium deficiency is so widespread In the US, up to half the population consumes less than the recommended amount. Is that it's easily depleted by stress, medication use, and poor diet. Many older adults take medications that lower magnesium levels, including diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and some blood pressure medications, combined with a diet low in magnesium-rich foods. The result is widespread deficiency that silently undermines strength, endurance, and flexibility. This is why many older adults experience gradual endurance loss, walking shorter distances, climbing stairs more slowly, and feeling tired after simple actions. This isn't just age. It's a lack of proper nutrients to maintain performance. Replenishing magnesium levels can have an almost immediate impact on leg health, reducing cramps, improving energy, and restoring a sense of ease in movement. The best dietary sources of magnesium include leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes. Foods like pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, and avocados are particularly rich in magnesium, offering a natural way to support muscle and bone health. However, for those struggling to get enough through diet, magnesium supplements can be an effective solution, especially magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate, which are more easily absorbed by the body. The transformation that occurs when magnesium levels are restored is striking. Older adults who once felt heavy and sluggish discover their legs respond with new energy. Those who suffered from frequent muscle cramps or stiffness notice relief, allowing them to sleep better and move more freely. Even balance and coordination improve, as magnesium helps regulate neuromuscular connections responsible for stable movement. Fifth is potassium. Imagine waking up in the morning, getting out of bed, and feeling an immediate cramp in your calf muscle. Sound familiar? Muscle spasms are one of the most common symptoms of low potassium levels. This is because potassium acts as a key regulator of muscle function, helping balance fluids inside and outside muscle cells. When potassium levels drop to low, muscles contract involuntarily, leading to painful cramps, especially in the legs. And for older adults who may already have reduced circulation or muscle mass, these cramps can be more than just a nuisance. They can be debilitating. But muscle cramps are just the beginning. Have you ever felt your legs shake after standing for a while? Or maybe noticed increased stiffness when walking? Potassium is responsible for signal transmission between nerves and muscles, ensuring smooth, controlled movements. When levels are low, communication between your brain and leg muscles becomes less efficient, leading to trembling, weakness, or even difficulty lifting legs, which can significantly increase fall risk. And let's face it, for older adults, avoiding falls is crucial. Beyond muscles, potassium also plays a surprising role in maintaining bone strength. It helps neutralize acids in the body that can break down bone density over time. Studies show that a potassium-rich diet can slow the rate of bone mass loss, reducing osteoporosis risk and preserving structural leg strength. So, in many ways, potassium isn't just about muscle function. It's ensuring that both muscles and bones in your legs work together in harmony. Now the main question, How do you ensure adequate potassium to support your legs? Fortunately, nature has provided us with an abundance of delicious, potassium-rich foods. Bananas might be the first thing that comes to mind. But that's just the beginning. Sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, beans, and oranges are all excellent potassium sources. Even a simple baked potato with skin can provide more potassium than a banana. The key is including a variety of these foods in your daily diet so your muscles and bones receive constant nourishment. For those struggling to get enough potassium through food alone, supplements might seem like a simple solution. So how much potassium do you actually need? According to the dietary guidelines for Americans, the recommended daily intake for adults is 2,600 milligrams for women and 3,400 milligrams for men. This amount is usually achievable through a well-balanced diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and legumes. However, people with conditions that affect potassium levels, such as kidney disease or high blood pressure, should monitor their intake and work with a healthcare provider to determine the right amount. Sixth is vitamin K. When people think about vitamins needed for strong bones, calcium and vitamin D often get all the attention. But without vitamin K, these nutrients cannot do their job properly. Vitamin K is the critical link that ensures calcium deposits in bones where it belongs, rather than accumulating in arteries or soft tissues where it can lead to stiffness, poor circulation, and even cardiovascular disease. In other words, vitamin K acts as a dispatcher, directing calcium to the right places and keeping your legs structurally strong and mobile. For older adults, this becomes even more important. Studies have shown that people with higher vitamin K intake have stronger bones, lower fracture risk, and better overall bone health compared to those with low levels. This is because vitamin K activates osteocalcin, a protein that binds calcium to the bone matrix, making bones denser and more resistant to fractures. But vitamin K's role doesn't end there. It's also an important nutrient for joint health and muscle function. Many people overlook the fact that healthy legs require not only strong bones, but also flexible joints and well-functioning muscles. Vitamin K has been shown to reduce joint inflammation, which can slow osteoarthritis progression and alleviate knee stiffness, a common complaint among older adults. If your knees hurt when moving or feel stiff after sitting for a long time, vitamin K might be the missing nutrient to help ease discomfort and preserve your freedom of movement. Poor balance, walking difficulties, and increased fall risk are often linked to weakened leg muscles. New research shows that vitamin K helps maintain muscle strength and coordination, especially in aging adults. It does this by regulating calcium levels in muscle cells, ensuring proper contractions, and preventing uncoordinated movements that can lead to instability. Spinach, kale, chard, collard greens, and Brussels sprouts are among the richest sources of vitamin K1, most commonly found in plants. However, another powerful form of the vitamin K2, is found in fermented foods such as natto-fermented soybeans, aged cheeses like Gouda, and some animal products such as egg yolks and liver. K2 is particularly beneficial because it remains active in the body longer, and research shows it plays an even greater role in directing calcium to bones rather than arteries. If you want to boost vitamin K levels naturally, the best strategy is to increase consumption of green vegetables and fermented foods. Even adding a daily serving of kale to a smoothie or including a side of sautéed spinach in a meal can make a big difference. However, for people who have difficulty absorbing vitamin K from food, especially those with digestive disorders or taking antibiotics long-term, supplements may be an option, but caution is key here. If you're taking blood-thinning medications such as warfarin Coumadin, it's crucial to consult with a healthcare provider before increasing vitamin K intake, as it plays a role in blood clotting and can interact with these medications. Seventh is vitamin B6. Vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, plays a much larger role in leg strength and muscle function than most people think. While many nutrients contribute to mobility, B6 is essential for maintaining nerve health, supporting muscle recovery, and ensuring the body efficiently uses protein for building and maintaining muscle mass. Without it, even the strongest muscles can weaken over time, and simple movements like standing from a chair or climbing stairs can seem disproportionately tiring. One of the most underrated aspects of vitamin B6 is its connection to nerve signal transmission and coordination. When B6 levels are low, these signals can become sluggish or misdirected, leading to numbness, tingling, and even unsteady gait. Many older adults mistakenly attribute these symptoms to age-related muscle mass loss, when in fact their bodies simply lack the right nutrients to maintain proper neuromuscular function. Another important function of vitamin B6 is its role in preventing muscle fatigue related to inflammation. B6 helps regulate inflammatory responses in the body, reducing muscle discomfort and keeping legs more flexible and enduring. If you're experiencing persistent stiffness or slower recovery after activity, increasing vitamin B6 intake could be a game changer. Beyond muscle function, vitamin B6 is also vital for red blood cell production. These cells transport oxygen throughout the body, nourishing muscles and providing them with the endurance needed for sustained activity. B6 deficiency can lead to reduced hemoglobin levels, meaning your muscles may not receive the oxygen they need, causing early fatigue, heaviness, and reduced endurance. If you've ever felt unusually tired after short walks or light physical activity, this could be your body's signal for needing more B6. Where does this essential vitamin come from? Fortunately, B6 is abundantly found in various delicious and accessible foods: poultry, fish like salmon and tuna, bananas, potatoes, chickpeas, and fortified breakfast cereals are excellent sources. Including these foods in daily nutrition can naturally replenish your B6 levels, supporting both nerve function and muscle strength. For people with digestive problems, poor nutrient absorption, or dietary restrictions, B6 supplements may be necessary to achieve optimal levels. The recommended daily dose of vitamin B6 varies by age and gender. Older adults in the US typically need about 1.5 milligrams per day for women and 1.7 milligrams per day for men. While it's generally safe to get B6 from food, excessive intake through high-dose supplements should be approached with caution, as prolonged abuse can lead to nerve damage. The best strategy is to focus on a balanced diet rich in B6 sources, ensuring consistent intake without unnecessary risks.